Goeiedag! Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, we've talked about the issue of prepping extensively on this channel. And there's another very good reason to prep. South Africa is heading for an enormous food crisis due to uncertain conditions that farmers are currently experiencing whilst trying to maintain their production. Now, let's remember that these are the farmers who are facing farm murders, farm attacks. They've had a huge drought, a lot of them. They have all sorts of things being pushed up against them, and they're still supposed to produce the food that you put on your table. Well, the situation is bad because there's only so much food that can be produced. And it's not like creating marbles, for example. All you do is you get some sand, create it, turn it into glass, and you can just pump off millions of marbles easily. You can't do that when you produce potatoes, or you produce carrots, or you produce maize. It's got to be grown. And if the supply is affected detrimentally, which it has been in South Africa, you have a shortage of supply. And South Africa is not the only place in the world that's going to be screaming out for certain foodstuffs like maize, for example. So just getting back to what they say here, it's not just the uncertainty about land theft that makes farmers hesitate to produce, but the lack of government clarity on the issue. The farmers say they cannot incur high input costs and then hear that their farms will be seized by government for black empowerment. It doesn't end there either, as there is a huge water crisis in the country, in addition to the Vaal Dam, which has become a sewage dam. Yeah, we've talked about that a lot on this channel. There are at least 130 or more water cases filed in court against the government, which means millions of rands in court charges. With the billions of rands outstanding debt that municipalities have to settle to the water board, the infrastructure is also a cause for concern, as the decay is clear to everyone, and no one moves a finger to prevent it from collapsing further. The factor plus the dangers of natural causes such as flooding, droughts, hailstorms and heavy frosts with which the farmer has to face each season, food security is at an ever greater risk, adding to an unfriendly government towards agriculture, then the crisis just becomes bigger, it said. Now, my take on this whole thing is that the guys at the top of the ANC, they really don't care. They don't care about the voters. They see the country is going down the tubes, and even Bonsai had something to say about that. But they see that the country is going down the tubes. They know that they're incompetent in leadership, and they know that they're corrupt, and all they're doing is feathering their own nest. They've got properties in places like Dubai, where they're probably shoveling all the money that they steal from various government agencies. The whole thing is completely corrupt. It's the most corrupt nation in the world today when you talk about government. And the tragedy is that the judicial system fails again and again to act on this. They're just looking the other way. And you know the big losers? There's something like 46 million of them. And that's the black African population. Because while the white population will have a plan B in place, they won't. And I think in the next 6 months, we're going to see some very, very tragic things happening in South Africa. As the starvation kicks in, as the lack of clean water kicks in, as a complete collapse of South Africa kicks in. I'm not trying to be too negative, but I don't see any other way out for South Africa. I think that, it's gone too far now. The rivers, as it said in this article, the Val Dam is just a sewerage spot now. It's just shocking. Okay, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell to get the updates, and have a great day. Bye for now.